Welcome back to the channel. Winter here. This is a follow-up to my last Star Wars video, trying to prove to everybody we are in fact getting a Star Wars season. And then yesterday, when I was mid-editing the video, we got a tweet from Hypex saying we are getting a season. I'm like, no, come on, man. I was so close to fully proving it. I was like, ah! And yeah, so I do have a lot more information to talk about today on that fact, but since he kind of already proved it, we already know we kind of are getting a Star Wars season. Now, the unfortunate thing is he's kind of quoting it as like a 30 to 35 day process, so it's going to be exactly like how we did the remix season, which when you think about it is not as good as getting a full pass, because it's going to be a half pass where we get like 5 Star Wars skins, which is still 5 Star Wars skins for extremely cheap because it's battle pass prices. But I was hoping for more, guys, but we did it. We won. You can pat yourself on the back. I'm gonna ask you guys after this video is done, if you can, to go down into the depths of my comment section and comment what your favorite PUIs or mythics or bosses you think are going to be coming to the map, because that's what he also tweeted. And I would be really hyped to make a follow-up video where I don't talk about any of my theories anymore and we just show off what everybody's into. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that at the end of the video from the last video comments, talking about what people thought was going to be in the battle pass. But yeah, we're going to go right into it now. We're going to be talking about my theories. I got a couple more ones from the last video. So dude, I was ready. I was so ready to talk about this. And you know what? I got it. Like, I don't know why I waited so long, but yeah, it was 7 days ago I made that video. Let's go into it. So I was looking at a massive timeline here. So I was ready to try and prove that Fortnite is kind of leading up to an epic season, because you got to look at May the 4th last year. That was a really good indicator I didn't show off in my last video. We got an entirely new Lego expansion. We got literally the Tatooine Cantina situation going on in Fortnite Festival. Like, I don't know if you guys played that last year, but that was kind of crazy, right? You could go in there, play music with your friends. Fantastic. And we got a bunch of Star Wars stuff kind of scattered throughout the map. We got the Darth Vader landing pad with him and his mythic, the Stormtrooper outpost throughout the map, and then Chewbacca. And then this gave me an idea, because then we got Fortnitemares later that year, essentially, and they added an entirely new PUI just because of a holiday, right? So I was like, I'm sorry, if they're gonna do this for Halloween, we're definitely getting one for Star Wars this year. And guess what? We are, guys. We already won. There's not even a debate about this, guys. We did it. Unless Hypex and that other guy who tweeted out lied to us, and then I would be really disappointed because they gave me so much hope. But yeah, so that was Theory 1, right? Theory 2, we move on to the Imperial chest, which we all know about was Imperial, but I went into the mission, or I went into the storyline and I accessed it, right? I went up to it, and then I found a picture online of the exact same crate being at the first Star Wars event. By the way, I was there. That was so fun, by the way, because they gave everybody a lightsaber at the end, and you had to kill each other, fight to the death with the lightsabers. Fantastic, actually. That was pretty hilarious. The unfortunate thing about that is, since lightsabers are mythics, we cannot get them as pickaxes, and that's a real downer when it comes to it. But yeah, the third theory, I'm gonna prove upon it, right? So we were going off of Andor Season 2, right? Andor is coming out on the 22nd, running for 4 weeks. It's kind of the perfect timeline of Star Wars, but the thing I did not include last time was, I personally did not know about this. The Mandalorian and Grogu movie is coming out May 22nd of 2026. So down the line next year, if they do the Star Wars Pass skins now, we would be able to buy them in the shop later, right? So they won't be exclusive, because you'll be able to buy them like a couple months after the movie comes out, which is the perfect timing for Disney, just like how they set up the Marvel season to line up with the new Avengers Doomsday. My theory now is that we are going to be getting skins based on that movie, Andor, or at that point, anything, right? I just don't feel like we're going to be getting a lot of duplicates when it comes to things. Like, here's a list of the Star Wars skins we currently have now, and they're based on the shows, right, or the eras of Star Wars. I'm really hoping we get some, like, Bo-Katan. Like, a lot of people commented on the last video. Bo-Katan, that would be a great one. or like the armorer for a female skin, but the armorer never shows her face, so that might be a less interesting one to get. So that is my theory, guys. I'm like, it's already basically confirmed because of these tweets, and unless, you know, the leakers have failed us right now. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Okay, now I'm recording the second part of the video, which is the comment section. Also, I forgot to say my theory on the whole like what PUIs we're getting, so I'm just gonna say right now, probably a Tatooine, hopefully a Hoth, and then for the last one, it could be really anything, you know, an Endor, a Bespin, who knows, probably based off the movies, so no idea, by the way. Probably maybe a Coruscant, but that would be pretty hard to do. So we're gonna go right into the comments. Now, I've handpicked a couple comments that are just mentioning straight up skins and like theories, so yeah, we're gonna go into that. So the first one I'm gonna talk about, by the way, is from Frank Ocean. He went in and he did an entire bounty hunter pass theory. So he's got Cad Bane, Ventress, Forlome, who's a very vague one because he's only, I think, seen on the bridge in episode 5 on the Star Destroyer. Embo, I could be wrong though. Embo, Aura Singh, Bosk, Jango Fett, and Prime Boba Fett. So straight on bounty hunters. And he includes 2 female skins, so that's pretty good, because that's like that's what Fortnite goes after, right? The diversity in the skins to try and, you know, get to everybody. So then we're moving on to what I liked, really, which is this theory of I would like to see Hoth Luke, but this guy mentions with Tauntauns and biker scouts with the speeder bikes and stuff like that. And I thought that might be pretty cool because we already have Raptors in the game. So reskinning those things and changing the animations a little bit to become Tauntauns could actually be feasible, because we could ride around on Raptors already, just make them a little bit more taller, and they work almost exactly like a Tauntaun, so that's pretty cool. And then we're moving right into the next one. The guy who was like female skin, we could get Jyn Erso, and another person mentioned that one too, but Jyn Erso, and then we could get some more Imperial troops like the Scout Troopers, you know, tying in Snow Troopers, Shore Troopers, and TIE Pilots. Now, you have to think about it like this. In the Lego Fortnite, we already have Snow Troopers built in, like they're already there, so turning them into like just Fortnite characters, they might have already done that to just put them into Lego, but who knows really. But that could be pretty sick to see more Imperial troopers and, you know, base that on Hoth, right? Have Hoth as a nice location, because I would love that, by the way, a winter biome based on Hoth. Yes, please. For female characters, I would like to see Dr. I can't even say that name, Mara Jade, Bo-Katan, the Armorer, Jyn Erso, Second Sister, Night Sisters, and so on. Out of these skins, I really think if they were going to put them into the game, it would be mainly Bo-Katan because of the whole Mando skin line. And maybe the Armorer because of the new movie, and also the Mando skin line. And then Jyn Erso because she is the main character of Rogue One, which Andor goes directly into. So she could be in the second season of Andor. We don't know, but that could happen. Actually, I can't remember what happens in Rogue One that much, but yeah. The rest of those characters could also be pretty cool, but those are the main ones I kind of looked at. Then we move into these comments here. I want a fully customizable Clone Trooper skin. You could choose Phase 1 or Phase 2 with colors, division, visors, and stuff. Now, this could be a really cool idea, but I don't think they touch Phase 2 clones anymore because of the whole... we already have like 6 of them. So like adding more to that might be hard, but a Phase 1 clone with like fully customizable, so you could change the colorings on it, like be a commander, a sergeant, a captain based on Phase 1, that could be really sick. And then customize it, right? Now, I'm trying to realize this, right, guys? All of these are fantastic ideas. I like all of them. Like, I'd buy all of these skins if they were added to the game. But we have to be realistic here. Then we move on to this section here of if we don't get Grievous, and then customizable battle droids. Now, I went more into that guy's comment with the customizable battle droids, and he was referring to B1 battle droids, which could be cool. Same thing as the Phase 1. Change the color markings for like commander, pilot, security. That could be pretty sick, straight up. This guy wrote, no, Jar Jar is wild. So I just wanted to include that because Jar Jar's a funny guy. we got this person here with maybe Ahsoka from the Clone Wars as a female skin. As much as I would like to see a Siege of Mandalore Ahsoka, I don't know if that would happen. We already have an older version, so that would be a duplicate. However, it is a pretty nice character, so I just wanted to include that. This guy wrote in mashups. He was the only guy to write in mashups, so he's obviously being included. He wrote in Midas Kenobi and Darth Meowskulls, and then a couple other skins, right? C-3PO, Captain Rex in that list, Mace Windu, pretty good stuff. But the Midas Kenobi, he could pull out a gold stepladder as an emote and then say he's got the high ground. That would be phenomenal. If that would be even funnier if it was a Banana Kenobi where he pulls out a stepladder and says that. Like, genius, by the way. That would be hilarious. I just wanted to include that. We got the Lunist, which is a longtime viewer. He watches a lot of stuff. He's in the Discord too. He wrote in Gwenpool was a deep cut for Marvel, so he'd like to see more stuff that's not just in Star Wars movies like Starkiller, Darth Revan, Cal Kestis, and Thrawn. You know, more of those rare ones. And then he wrote in Mara Jade, but Mara Jade's not canon, so I'm not going to include that. But the other characters in there, those could be a real deep cut, you know? And then this guy wrote up here, he was like scared of them adding Darth Revan because they might mess it up into the game. And I understand that. I've seen what Disney does to Star Wars, like through the Acolyte and stuff like that. I understand where he's coming from. But he also wrote in, I do want to see custom Jedi or Sith skin where you can customize your hair, robes, robe color. And then he's like, maybe a lightsaber pickaxe. And I'm going to include this guy's ever comment talking about that. And yeah, I don't think we're getting a Star Wars lightsaber pickaxe. It's just because people are going to get confused of the mythics. I don't really know why they started this whole trend in the first place, but that's really where we're at. And then the last comments I'm going to talk about is this guy, because this guy wrote in a good idea where instead of like spamming a specific genre, you could do 2 skins from like the Republic, Separatists, Rebels, and then Empire, stuff like that. And then they also wrote in that it's the 20th anniversary of Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, so they could actually go hard into that. We don't know. Maybe a General Grievous is good, you know, or a Commander Cody, stuff like that. I'm sorry if I couldn't get to the rest of you guys though. It's because honestly there's just so many of you guys and I don't have enough time to make this video like super long. But if you do comment on the next one and you comment a good theory, I would totally do it, because that video will be just strictly the comment section looking at your guys' ideas. And then I could put like just the full-on backgrounds with the characters and the mythics you mentioned. But yeah, so I just wanted to include that. But yeah, I'm actually really thankful. I read all of these comments and they were really good, right? Again, couldn't include everybody, but these are the main ones I feel like. But that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you liked it, and comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.